Good afternoon, everybody. First, I'd like to apologize that it has been a minute since I have come on to do our card of the day. I've had an awful lot going on, and when I'm not doing appointed readings or weddings, etc., I'm spending a lot of time working on my home in the home front. So I apologize. It has been a minute. I will do my best to make this more regular again. Anyway, today I have pulled from Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides Oracle deck from Stephen D. Farmer, and I have pulled the very rare Snow Leopard, who says, take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. Now, before I go into what our card reads, I'd like to talk a little bit about the snow leopard and its symbolism, because it is a very rare animal to see in life, and it's very rare that I pull this card from my deck. So considering we are not in a space, well, many of us are not in a living area where we would ever have the chance of seeing a live snow leopard, I think this is second best thing, because like I said, I've had this deck a while and this card rarely comes out. So I've chosen an article from University of Symbolism to share with you. There's a lot of other beautiful, amazing articles that will tell us a lot about the snow leopard, but I thought this was a very good one for now. The snow leopard appears on your path to teach the art and mastery of the cosmic gift of intuition. Your journey begins high up on the Himalayan mountains. The snow leopard leads you to a rocky outcropping to view endless possibilities and dreams streaming by, one of which you will choose. Tap into the eternal and expanding gifts of intuition with the snow leopard animal as your spirit guide and teacher. Some of his main aspects are invisibility, intuition, solitary, silence, and secrets, allure, sexual power, and prowess, cannot say that word correctly, mountains, cold, white, tail, and paws. The snow leopard can see and sense what others cannot. These are the powers of the extraordinary sensory perception. Silence is a power most of us do not fully comprehend, but completely silent and unseen, on its big soft paws, the snow leopard is a master of moving unnoticed and stalking prey. It cloaks itself in invisibility, the mountain, with the energy that the snow leopard spirit animal perceives through its paws and transmits through its tail. Born with extraordinary intuition, snow leopard never compromises the path that intuition is unveiling before him. In whatever way it happens, an encounter with the spirit animal snow leopard does not happen by chance. It is always on purpose. There is a meaningful purpose and powerful lesson from such an elusive and secretive animal when it makes itself known to you. Snow leopard teaches the fundamental importance of intuition. This is a lifelong skill that you will take with you on all of your journeys. As you use it, you will come to understand it more and more. Intuition is elusive and unseen, just as the snow leopard, yet it holds the hidden answers you seek on your path. Just as the snow leopard perceives through its sensitive paws, you'll perceive the elements around you as you learn to use this gift. As your gift grows, you will develop trust in what your intuition reveals to you. The more you use it, the more responsive and quick it becomes. It can lead you to what you want, as well as point you away from imminent danger and mistakes. We all have natural intuitive abilities, but we have numbed our senses, and we have resisted the information that our intuition gives to us. We do this because of fear and because of ego. The snow leopard has long surpassed these weaknesses of being. The snow leopard symbolism is persistent. If the snow leopard symbolism is persistent in your midst, you are most certainly being called to trust in what you cannot see. Imagine yourself at the highest mountaintop. Everything is crystal clear. Here, it is as if the wind is the breath of spirit, and you can hear the words dancing on the air. Higher perception is revealing itself to you, calling you to embark on a lesson of the language of the universe, intuition. It is in silence that this gift awakens, and it is this way. This is why the gift is so strong in the snow leopard. It devotes itself to a life of near silence. He hears the most profound messages, each leading him further and further into a sacred relationship with spirit and the spirit of eternity. Snow leopard gives you a way to begin trusting in your own intuition. These are distinct differences that will show you how to know when your intuition is messaging you. You can feel it in your body. An idea will either bring tension or relaxed flow. Summon a question you have about an idea of circumstance. For every question, you will have multiple choices of action. When this scenario of your mind causes you tension or resistance, this is the path that is not in tune with your intuition. Your intuition is trying to guide you in another direction. This is the path, if chosen, that brings you up against a wall with obstacles for which you have no way of overcoming. Eventually, you will have to start over if you choose this path. When the scenario of an idea brings the feelings of ease into your heart and solar plexus, this is in accord with your intuitive flow. This is the path of least resistance, where you will find assistance with your ideas and projects. It is not that there will not be difficulties. There will always be challenges to make you stronger and smarter. But this is the path that will benefit you. This is the spiritual meeting and guidance that the snow leopard bestows upon you. The great magic of snow leopard symbolism is that far up in the mountains of the Himalayas, there is a hidden oasis of peace, prosperity, and tranquility. This land is only for those who are in accord with the highest vibrations of being. This land is called Shangri-La. The snow leopard knows the way and can guide you to this lost and hidden paradise deep within the mountains. Here you will see the workings of highly enlightened beings. You will learn many things about your personal energy and your personal magic that can benefit all when you share what you have taught with the world. And I just thought that was an absolutely beautiful article written again by University of Symbolism. And being as rare as this particular animal shows up to any of us in any way, I thought very important to share. And now we will go with our reading and what the book is asking us to say. It can be difficult these days to spend time in solitude, to unplug, get off the electronic grid, and find a quiet place in or near nature. Yet it is important to do so at this time. Turn off the phone, computer, television, if only for a few hours. Although you may feel a little anxious and restless when you first do so, these feelings will pass. Use the time for contemplation and meditation. It's not isolation, it's solitude. Solitude is a conscious and loving choice to be alone for a period of time, while isolation is a habitual and reflexive coping pattern to avoid discomfort and intimacy. If possible, take a full day by yourself and just do whatever you feel like doing. Whatever length of time you spend in solitude, be sure to write as often as you can in your journal. If you should feel guilty or anxious about the thought of doing this, or even while you're actually doing it, use your breath to help you relax. As much as you possibly can during the period of alone time, remind yourself to breathe and relax. Whenever you notice your breathing becoming shallow, take 3 or 4 slow, deep breaths. And watch how your tension and anxiety dissipate. Enjoy the feelings of having the sacred space of solitude around you. And remember, you're never really alone. Our associated words are solitude, self-reliance, balance, silence, stealth, confidence, determination, perseverance, containment, sensitivity, intuition, reliability, mysterious, integration, and shamanism. This is an absolutely beautiful card for me. It's kind of what I've been doing lately, as I mentioned in the beginning, kind of in my alone time, time that's not been taken up by appointments or other things. I'm kind of just working on me, on my home front, on my house, on my solitude, finding my balance, bringing myself into my flow. And I think that's a good time, really, with the energy, as crazy and wild as it has been, for all of us to do. Make sure we're taking that time of solitude, silent, on our own, really knowing and listening and understanding ourselves and what it is that we're trying to say. I hope that this has helped you guys. I love you. Mwah. Until next time.